You're back! Come tell us a story or two.
Hello and welcome to Hearthstone Daily Quests, where we take a daily quest and try to complete it using cards I have won through arena runs. Today's quest is Mage or Shaman Dominance, where you get 60 gold for winning 5 games with Mage or Shaman, just like it says in this little plaque here. I know I've been playing a bit of Bloodlust Evolved Shaman on ladder lately, and I really enjoy playing that deck, so let's try to put something together. Totem, sure. Let's try him out. Primalfin totem. Oh, hey, guess what? So this deck is kind of aggressive. It really wants to go wide on the board and finish you with Bloodlust, go wide and evolve into better minions than we started out with.
Morgl
Okay, against a mage. Could be secret mage, secret tempo mage. It could also be quest mage. It could also just be a Frostlich Jaina style control mage. I guess regardless of which kind of mage it is, this is a pretty good hand to keep. Mostly because we get to be proactive, and we should be able to get a discounted thing from below. Probably gonna cut those Nerubian Prophets and put in Flametongue Totems. We also don't have Maelstrom Portals. Next turn is most likely Totem Flame Elemental, followed by Thing from below.
The end is coming!
Doomsayer's pretty good here. We will just Totem. I wonder how many Doomsayers are still being played in this meta right now. Cards like Kooky Chemist and Mad Scientist, not Mad Scientist, the 2/2 Kooky Chemist, Crazed Alchemist, I think. Whatever, the cards that swap health and toughness are pretty good against Doomsayer.
An incredible discovery!
Coin Secret? Sure. So let's almost certainly Ice Barrier. Like I said, it is certainly Ice Block. Man, this quest mage is not attacking my face anytime soon. Drawing cards is good.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Fine choice for your deck. Solid plays all along. It's a pretty good top deck to go with my Doppelgangster. I'm trying to think about optimal positioning in case my opponent has Meteor, but the fact that I'm going to play Evolve just kind of throws that all out the window. I think that said, I would rather have a 4-drop in between my 6 drops rather than a solid string of 6 drops.
Get them, boys.
With any luck, I just pop his block this turn. My opponent's totally on his back foot. Frost Nova. Okay. Like I said, I'm probably not popping his block this turn.
The end is coming!
Doomsayer number 2. Pretty good.
Out of my jungle!
Sure. Glyph.
I hope you like my invention.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting in the meta to see cards like Novice Engineer and Gnomish Inventor, you know, seeing some play. Lots of cards that help dig through your deck to find your combo pieces. I think that's pretty cool.
My life is your shield. Job's done.
Interesting. So one of those is not from his deck. This one is almost certainly an ice barrier. I don't know what that one is. Mirror entity. Potion of polymorph. That's fine. I think this is as good a turn as any to get the Jade train rolling. I'm definitely in a bad position here, though. I went from being in total control. I mean, that second Doomsayer turn just really turned the game around for my opponent. That is an amazing pull off the Babbling Book. You should do that more often. It's a sign of how good a player my opponent is. Not that he's playing poorly, he's actually playing quite well, but to get Volcanic Potion off a Babbling Book, I mean, that's an amazing play right there.
You like my invention?
Yeah, crossover number 2. Good.
Time runs out on me.
An incredible discovery!
Yep, get your other ice barrier. Oh, get your nothing. Okay.
Bow before the fury of the storm. Job's done.
Well, we're four cards away from the bottom of my opponent's deck, which is all kinds of bad news for me. He's got to have the combo by now. He just needs to find a way to complete his quest, I think. Oh, that's a good way. Okay, secret that's not from his deck. So we test for Vaporize. Okay, barrier. So then it boils down to, can we pop our opponent at 1 this turn? We need to do 24 and then still have damage left over. We can do 13 and 7 is 20 and 3 is 23. I think that's going to be about as close as we can get. If we can't do it, I'm running out of time, so... 12... Yep, we're gonna just pop it at 2.
Job's done.
I guess I could have done it with Jade Lightning. That might have been smarter. All that said, though, if my opponent can play Ice Block and complete his quest, he's in pretty good shape. I still think I lose here. So my opponent is going to play... he's going to dump out all of his Sorcerer's Apprentices and then complete his quest and then play the quest and then I lose. Assuming that... wow, the legendary guy that gives you fireballs, I cannot think of his name, but assuming that guy isn't literally the bottom card of my opponent's deck, that's GG. Archmage Antonidas, that's the card's name. Good for me. I'm an old man, cut me some slack. So the fact that he did not play a Sorcerer's Apprentices before playing Glyph, that's a great sign for me. Yeah, Blizzard, don't care. You got your quest, but you can't cast it. What you got? Sure. The only thing I can think of is that Archmage Antonidas is still in my opponent's deck somehow. It's payback for drawing your second Doomsayer early on, huh? Still, my opponent played really well. Good game.
Well played.
Morgl
Against another mage.
versus
Excellent.
Jaina.
You asked for it.
Ooh, that's not quite what I want to see. It feels kind of bad to keep Evolve, but at the same time it's kind of key to my strategy here, so we're going to hang on to it. I do hope I draw a 1-drop here, but I guess with only 2 1-drops in my entire deck, I guess that's a bit optimistic. Because I am almost certainly going to coin Tar Creeper, followed by Nerubian Prophet. And oh my gosh, see what optimism gets you. I should try it more often.
An incredible discovery!
So it looks like my opponent is Tempo Mage.
Job done.
We have many secrets.
Free secret is good. Let's hope it is Mirror Entity, because that would just make my day. It actually makes me reconsider. So it's either Mirror Entity or Counterspell. I don't think Mage would bother playing any of the other secrets. If it's Mirror Entity and I play Nerubian Prophet, I just get wrecked. If it's Mirror Entity but he knows I have Flame Elemental. Is he so bad that he played his Mirror Entity into Flame Elemental? But I think it's better to play it safe, and let's test for Mirror Entity. Alright, it is Counterspell. Yeah, basically that's one of those cases where if we play it safe, we don't get wrecked. And if we just charge forward, we do get wrecked, so I chose the option that leads to not getting wrecked. Still a pretty good turn for my opponent, though, thanks to the valet. Alright, we know our opponent has Counterspell. Evolve is so central to our strategy, I'm hesitant to throw it away, but I'd really rather throw an Evolve away and land my Jade Lightning to help fight for this board. So next turn's looking like a Jade Lightning Prophet turn, which is not the end of the world. Just in case it's not Counterspell, we're going to attack first. Okay, as predicted, Counterspell. Sure. Alright, that's almost certainly another Counterspell, because our opponent held it that entire time. I guess if it is Mirror Entity, we're still going to play the Prophet, because that will leave up Jade Lightning mana. Huh, it was Mirror Entity. hindsight, Doppelgangster would have been a better play there if I knew for a fact it was Mirror Entity. I kind of assumed the fact that my opponent held the secret rather than playing it made me feel it was a duplicate account.
I was to cast a spell.
Secret number 3.
I'm late. I'm late.
Time runs out on me.
Yeah, we definitely have to clear this board. Guess we should test for Mirror Entity first. Oh, counterspell. Kabbalah's Tome and Tempo Mage. Interesting. That is a pretty good top deck. Vaporize. Oh, it was created by Babbitt. I see. Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Boys.
Oh no! Oh, take your time in this game, kids. Don't be too hasty. Don't just charge ahead without attacking. What you got? Fireball?
Time runs out on me.
Okay. Assuming that's not a counterspell, I guess we have lethal. Okay. Assuming it's not a vaporize, I guess I have lethal.
Strike.
Okay. Oh, my opponent would be dead if I had attacked my commander.
Someday I'll be just like
Time
you.
runs out on
Still
me.
dead. Maybe dead. Get him an ice block. Is that one of your tome cards? I think it's one of your tome cards.
My beak and claw.
Okay. So you got 2 vaporizes off the tomes. Well played. Thank you for not punishing my terrible hasty misplay. Okay, this time let's remember to make the appropriate edits to our deck and put good cards in it. I think that maybe having Stonehill Defender and Tar Creeper is a little bit greedy. Tar Creeper is the stronger of the two because it has a more immediate board impact, whereas the Stonehill Defender is a better value card, but this deck isn't really about value. It's about board control and attacking your opponent's face.
Morgl versus Rexar.
Let the hunt begin.
Alright, we're gonna throw all these back in hopes of a more proactive hand. Boo! I'm assuming my opponent's playing, you know, the standard aggressive bear shark counter list.
I'm a child now.
Apparently he has some pirates. So let's kill his patches and contest this board. Not bad. Okay. Hey, there's that bear shark. You gonna run him in? No? Using a 4-mana spell to kill a 2-drop usually feels bad, but hey, that was pretty good. I do have very poor, not arcane shot, not power shot, explosive shot. I have very poor explosive shot. But that's okay, what can you do? Luckily my opponent hasn't caught on to the explosive shot.
Such big teeth I have.
I think we just run out some naked doppelgangsters. If my opponent has another image of the hounds, I just has it.
Better to eat you with.
And sometimes you get rewarded with an evolve off the top.
Get them, boys. All fire one!
I think the only question is whether I trade in before evolving, and I think the answer is yes. I think it would be hard to not trade there, and I don't feel particularly greedy right now.
Job's done.
I do have lethal next turn, just so you know. I have lethal on board, by the way, that's not counting for Bloodlust. Okay, Unleash is a good start. What else you got? Eagle Horn? Not enough. Not enough. So, just to be sure, 10, 12, 19, 23, you are dead naked on the board. I'm not even going to do the BM of playing Bloodlust. Just kidding, I am.
Who shall be next?
GG, and thank you for playing a fast deck.
Morgl versus
Druid.
Malfurion.
Druid is still probably the strongest deck, the strongest class, even post nerfs. I'm surprised we don't see it more often than we do. It's probably a good thing that the nerfs have slowed it down just enough that it's not quite as dominant as it once is, but I still think it's probably the strongest class, probably the strongest deck.
20 minutes later.
So do you run 3 swipes in your deck? That's the big question. Ah, Spreading Plague. That's an okay card.
Morgl versus Thrall.
Is Thrall not in this deck? Seriously, is Thrall not in this deck? Did I take it out accidentally? Against another Shaman, I think we keep all of this. It's a very reactive hand, but it reacts really well to what my opponent's game plan probably is. Feral Spirit. Okay. I mean, bring it. Successfully won the board. The bad news is my opponent also has Devolves and Maelstrom Portals. The good news is he doesn't have them right now.
First kill. Job's done.
Next turn is probably Primalfin Totem, Jade Lightning. Yep. Just stay off my board. I mean, this is my board. Next turn you can have a Bloodlust to your face though, which I say only because you're about to kill all my dudes somehow. Sure. Attack here. Okay. Oh, that is such a good draw. I have lethal, assuming you don't get any more taunts. Hey, well played.
Immortality.
Okay, we are 4-1 with this deck. Let's see if we can make it 5-1.
Morgl versus Thrall.
So against another Shaman, basically I'm keeping Tar Creeper, I'm keeping Firefly, I'm wondering do I want to keep Evolve? And I think the answer is probably yes. It really boils down to, do I want to cast Evolve on turn 4 or so, or do I want to hang on to it until I have something like Doppelgangster to pair it with? I think I need to hang on to it. I'm sorry, I think I need to have something to pair it with, meaning I would rather have something nice to drop on turn 2 rather than pushing the button. So Evolve goes back. Sometimes them's the breaks, huh? I wonder if Evolve is so important to this deck that it's just an insta-keep. I think there's probably sometimes it's correct to throw it back, but I probably should have it there. Stonehill Defender's probably better than Jade, the 2/3 Jade Spirit in this deck. You have taunt, let me have taunt. Okay, we at least get to win the board this turn. I think in this matchup it's super important to have control. So he's running Jade Spirit and Stonehill Defender, which is interesting. I think we just go wide here with the intent of playing Bloodlust next turn for the win. Easiest way to go wide. Doppelgangster. Take the smart value trade. I don't know if Jade Lightning does it. Oh wait, Jade Lightning definitely. Well, hang on. So Bloodlust gives us 15, 19, 20, 21, 22. I think it's still worth it. Is it? Because we can value trade, punch, 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 and then go wide again by playing Primalfin Totem. Let's play it a little bit safer. Trade in here.
Such a shame.
I also could have and probably should have Maelstrom Portal that turn. That would have been a good portal turn had I considered it. I did not even consider it. I was too focused on Bloodlusting next turn to fully consider this turn. I've got a strong board, but it's also fragile. I mean, having only 2 tough minions when he plays Blood Mage Thalnos. Oh, I was sure. I was 100% sure he was backing that up. Okay, so this is a turn that we just evolve. No taunt means... Thank you for not punishing my poor play this turn. Well played, 5 turns. Alright, that should be 5 wins. As expected, 5 wins. Dominant Mage, dominant Shaman. Can't tell me otherwise. My name's right here on the certificate. 60 gold earned for winning 5 games with, in this case, Shaman. So thanks for watching Hearthstone Daily Quest. Be sure to like, subscribe, come back tomorrow. Alright, thanks a lot. See ya.